YouTube crew, what is going on? And welcome back. And if you're brand new to the channel and this is the first time you've ever watched one of my videos, welcome. I hope you enjoy it and I hope you learn something. Now on Monday, I broke down the Cold War ARs in terms of what magazine should you be running based on reload time and ADS penalty, really taking an in-depth look at which ones make the most sense. Now today we're doing the exact same thing for SMGs. Now just a reminder that this is only Cold War SMGs. Modern Warfare SMG reload times are based on sleight of hand. So 9 different Cold War SMGs that we're getting into, really trying to figure out which ones make the most sense. So as always, if you find this video helpful, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you are looking to continue getting better at Warzone, make sure you are subscribed with that notification bell turned on so that you don't miss any videos. Oh, and let's go hashtag magazine down in the comments below for the algorithm. Let's get into it. So before we get into the stats and me telling you which magazine you should be running based on the gun you want to use, I want to quickly break down my process because I want you to trust me that the information is accurate. And ultimately, when I tell you which magazine you should be running, I want you to know that it's the correct one. So as I said, 9 SMGs here: Tech 9, Bullfrog, Cold War MP5, Milano, AK-74U, Mag 10, LC10, PPSH, OTS 9. Now, we tested the different mag options. Pretty much all of them, actually all of them except the Bullfrog, have 4 different options. The Bullfrog has 6. So the 4 different options are your small mag option, normal reload, your small mag option, fast reload, your big mag option, normal reload, your big mag option, fast reload. And with those, I tested the ADS times and I tested the reload times. And here's how I tested it. So for the ADS time, as soon as the crosshair starts to move, and I'll make this bigger for you so you can see it. As soon as the crosshair starts to move, I said, okay, now we've initiated the ADS time. So you can't, it's small. This is super small. This is why I click frame by frame for every single one because I didn't want to miss it. Right there, there is a small difference with that. And you can see the gun move a little bit. So right there, we've initiated the ADS time. I click frame by frame. Now notice the screen starts to zoom in towards me. As soon as the screen stops zooming in, that is when I say, okay, now we are aimed down sight, and this is when the timer stops. So still zooming, still zooming, still zooming, still zooming. Notice this one's going to be super small, but still zooming right there. Small little change in the sky. And right there, the frame is exactly the same. So right there for that reload time, we're looking at a 0.1, we're looking at 14 frames. Now, it's in 60 frames per second. So 14 divided by 60, it's 0.23 seconds. That is the ADS time for the Mag 10. Now, for the reload times, and I did the same thing for the ARs. If you didn't see that video, I'm leaving it at the end for you. Now, as soon as the crosshair disappears is when I start the timer. And I end the timer when the crosshair returns. So right there, the crosshair disappears. We're going to go ahead and start the timer. And then this is where we click frame by frame. So still going, still no crosshair. Right there, the crosshair appears. 53, no crosshair. 54, crosshair again. 60 frames per second. So we're looking at 0.9 seconds here, plus the 2 right here. That's a 2.9 second reload time. Did that for all the guns, so now let's get into the stats. Now, 2 quick things for you before we start breaking down the stats. First, there was a Warzone update that went live today. Based on the patch notes, nothing has changed. My information is still all accurate. All of the changes were 2 things like recoil and damage. There were no reload times or magazine changes. Second, when we look at ADS times here and compare these, I want to specifically focus on ADS penalty. And the reason being is based on your attachments, whether you run a certain wrap or a certain stock, your ADS time could change. So I'm looking specifically for a difference in ADS penalty and kind of what that looks like. So let's get into this. Now, a few things that I want to highlight first. Your OTS 9 reload time is just absolutely crazy compared to everything else. Extremely quick. It's definitely the fastest here. The other one that I want to highlight is the Milano has a very fast reload time. I also want to point out that the Cold War MP5 has a 3.5 across the board. So it is a very slow reload, but we will still talk about that gun and talk about which one you should be using. Now, in terms of ADS times, they're really all pretty much the same. I mean, the Bullfrog down here, this is the 85 round fast mag, has a slow ADS time, but even then, we're looking at a 0.18 for the PPSH. We're looking at about a 0.1 difference, which I am going to show you and compare some different footage of ADS time so you get a sense of what that actually looks like in game. So first up, I'm just going to uncover the AK-74U and the LC10 here. Basically, not much that you really need to be concerned with right now. The AK-74U and the LC-10 aren't exactly viable right now. I'll uncover the Tech 9 as well. Definitely viable. So for the Tech 9, we're looking at the 48 round fast mag always. Reason being here, and we're kind of looking at two things. First up, the obvious one here is your reload time. Your reload time on the Tech 9 is extremely fast compared to anything else. So we ultimately come down, and because there's not really a difference in ADS times here, we're going to be running the Tech 9 48 round fast mag always. Let's go ahead and do the Cold War MP5 because I want to get this out of the way early so you really get a sense of what the ADS time difference looks like. So for the Cold War MP5, again, as I pointed out, 3.5 across the board in terms of reload time. Doesn't matter which magazine you run, it's going to be 3.5. So at that point, we're really looking at your ADS times. And like I said, you know, I'm going to show you right here what the 0.05 difference looks like between these two. You're looking at the small mag and the large mag. You don't need the fast mag reload time. So, I would ultimately run, based on the clip you just saw, you see that it's not really that much of a difference. I would probably run the 50 round normal mag. In solos and duos, you could probably get away with the 40 round normal and pick up that extra, 0.05 seconds. But for me, I'm going to run the 50 round no matter what. Give me that extra 10 bullets, even in solos and duos. Now, let's go ahead and jump into the Milano. We're going to run the 55 round fast mag always, and I really want to highlight this because of the sniper support aspect. I still think it's a top sniper support. On Rebirth, of course, you have the long range option to do with the axial arms and kind of run it as your primary, and of course, you can still run it as just your normal secondary. So again, we're looking right here, we're comparing these two. Notice the huge difference between the fast mag and the normal mag. The two normal mags are both 2.9 and the fast mag's at 2.3. So we are looking at the fast mag option. Again, I'm going to roll footage here because it's a 0.03 second difference. So this one's even less noticeable. Going to roll footage for you here so you really get a sense of what it looks like in game, and you can see that there's really no difference here. So no matter what, whether you're in solo, duos, trios, quads, I'm running the 55 round fast mag always. I'm taking the extra ammo. By the way, quick note, this spreadsheet, both for ARs and SMGs, is in the description down below, so go ahead and look at it if you need to, save it if you need to, bookmark it, whatever it may be. So now let's go ahead and go into the MAC-10. Again, 53 round fast mag always. Reason being is we're looking at the small mag option, the large mag option. Actually, let's go up top first. Let's go ahead and compare the reload times. As you see, straight across the board, we're looking at a 2.9 or so in terms of reload times. So there's really not much of a difference between the magazines. So then we come down to ADS and we're looking at a 0.2 versus 2.3. Again, as you just saw with the Milano, not really much of a difference there. So I'm running the 53 round fast mag every time, whether it's solos, duos, trios, or quads. Jumping into the PPSH, I have a tough time with the PPSH. The PPSH is really weird because you have 4 totally different mag sizes. So let's go ahead and start here. Or let's go ahead and start with the ADS times here. You have a 0.18 and a 0.22. So it's pretty similar right here. The only one we don't want to run is the large fast mag because that's a pretty big difference there. And what I do want to highlight here is that the 4 different mag sizes, you have a 55 round normal and then a 40 round speed. So the 40 round speed is probably viable, but we have the 55 round normal. And then in terms of your bigger mags, you have a 71 round normal and a 50 round fast mag. So again, super weird. In terms of ADS times, this is your 55 normal. This is your 71 fast. So let's go ahead and look at reload. It's a 0.1 difference in terms of reload time here. But again, all things considered, based on your reload time versus ADS time and the mag size. I think the mag size is a huge factor here. I'm going 71 round normal. I'm going the 22 ADS time and the 3.02 reload time. I think the 71 normal's too good. For your OTS-9, which was nerfed today in terms of damage and stuff, so we are still going to see it in the mix. It's still a top SMG. It's just not the best SMG anymore. 40 round fast mag always. Reason being, again, your large fast mag reload time is just too significant here. So your only difference is really kind of in whether you're running your large fast mag or your normal mag. In this case, I'm running large fast. It's a small difference, 0.07, but the reload time is just too crazy. So let's get into the Bullfrog. Guys, I went back and forth so long on the Bullfrog, but here's what I'm running. 85 round normal. 85 round normal. Here's why. Reload times basically all the same. You're really not getting any benefit here in terms of the reload time. So we really have any option to choose from. In terms of the small mag, big mag, normal reload time, your small mag's a 0.25. Your large mag is a 0.27. So what you're looking at here is a 0.02 difference. Look, is there a difference? Yes. I showed you in the Milano. It is very minuscule. Could you ever lose a 50-50 because of it? You probably could, but the chances are just so small. So I'm going to take the 20 extra bullets here. I am right now. I'm taking the 20 extra bullets. I'm taking the same reload time. I mean, at the end of the day, you're picking up time in your reload time right here, although you won't have to reload nearly as often. So I'm running the 85 round normal. So there's what I'm running based on the information that I was given, really looking at everything. We got a good mix of some normal mags like the Cold War MP5. You know, that's kind of really the main one is the normal mag. Everything else we're running fast mag or kind of the larger mag. So use this information. Make sure you update your guns. As I always say, actually real quick, make sure you're subscribed for more. Go check out the AR video if you didn't. But as I always say, let's get better today and I will see you tomorrow.